Hello, this is Erwan Heussaff, and today we're going to talk about a very serious topic. Consider this my public service announcement. We're going to talk about margarine versus butter. Which is actually better for you? Now let's remember when margarine came out, it came out in the 1980s, 1970s. Therefore, there was not a lot of nutritional scientific knowledge out there as to what proper nutrition was. Fast forward a couple years later, Time magazine comes out with a front page cover saying that fat is actually very nutritious and essential to proper nutrition. So aside from that, here are other facts why I think butter is better than margarine. Number 1, butter comes from cows. Margarine comes from scientists. Number 2, margarine is actually made from vegetable oils, and we've actually discussed why that is harmful to your body. In fact, polyunsaturated omega-6 fatty acids are the ones we actually consume way too much of already. The key takeaway here, like I always say, when you pick up an ingredient or you pick up a product in store, make sure you can understand all the ingredients and trace all those ingredients. Anchor butter here, made proudly from New Zealand milk cows, so we know that they have very strict regulations and laws when it comes to producing butter and the milking of the cows. So you know it's pasture raised and hormone free, which is really important to someone like me. At the end of the day, we just want good, nutritious food for both your body, your mind, and your soul. So if you watch after this little PSA that I did right now, we're making a really cool Filipino recipe. We're making some fried rice using some butter. You might be wondering why we are making fried rice. Anyone can basically take some rice, put a bunch of flavors to it, and just add it to a bowl, fry it up a little bit, some garlic, some onions, bits and pieces here and there, and make a proper fried rice. It's not that hard to do. But if you want to make a really good fried rice, something that takes it to the next level, there's a little bit of technique required. You can actually use fresh rice that you just recently cooked, but then again, sometimes that clumps up and doesn't get that perfect as well. So the idea is you want to keep some steam and some moisture in there, but not necessarily have it be too clumpy. So the best way to do it is basically cook it, leave it for about an hour, spread it out flat until you get something nice where the moisture comes out, and then you can go ahead and use it. So within that 1 hour range of cooking it is the perfect time to use rice for fried rice. The other thing that happened to me is once I was in Siargao, south of the Philippines, obviously surfing capital, and we went to this resort back when there was only one resort there, and it was owned by a French guy, and he made us longanisa with garlic fried rice in the morning. And there was something so different about it, and I thought it was just delicious, and it was something I never really tried before, and that's because he added butter to the rice. Butter is such a French staple, it's used in every single dish, and what he did was he added it to a Filipino fried garlic rice, which would seem really weird, but it was so tasty, and from that point forwards, I've always added butter to my rice. Just don't tell anyone. All right, so we're gonna start off, just chop up our pork into small pieces and render that fat with just a little bit of butter just to kind of help that process get along. Once it starts melting really quickly, just add the pork to it and then mix everything together. We just want to get all of that kind of nice all in brown and caramelized. To this, we're going to add some red onion. Add all of that into our pan as well. A little bit of garlic. We're going to add all that right here into my wok as well. Once everything has a beautiful brown color, you can go ahead and add in our shrimp. All we need to do now is kind of wait for that beautiful orange color to come out. So our shrimp are pretty much half cooked. We're gonna go ahead and just add the seasoning. So I've got a little bit of some sweet soy sauce right here, a little bit of my fish sauce. Bring that all together. You'll see that it'll dissipate really quickly. Not a problem, we're always gonna add more after anyways. Some of my chili sauce, this is chili garlic. Finally, just for some flavor, a tad bit of sesame oil and some onion powder. You can go ahead and grab our rice and add that in as well. So we'll add it little by little just to make sure it doesn't clump up, and we mix everything together nicely. Some black pepper, tiny bit of salt just so you get those granules in. And because I like spicy food, I'm gonna go ahead and add just a tiny bit more of my chili garlic paste. Mix all that in together, and basically we're gonna turn off the fire and just let everything come together nicely. In my other pot here, my oil is nice and hot. We're gonna go ahead and grab our eggs, and we're just gonna slide that into the oil and cook this down really quickly. Last finishing touch over here, we're gonna grab a little bit of my butter, and we're gonna throw it right in here into the rice and just have that just melt so beautifully, slowly, and just really kind of come together with all that rice. All right, our rice is ready. Go ahead and just lay that out. Make sure we get all those lovely pieces of pork, of shrimp, and just everything that's going on there, because that is just all flavor. We're gonna go ahead and grab our deep fried egg, put that right on top here. To that, we're gonna finish off with just a little bit of scallions to really kind of just help bring up the acidity profile of the whole dish and just make it better. So now every time you make fried rice at home, I expect you to make it exactly like this, because trust me, all that flavor is gonna convince anyone that this is the better way to make your traditional fried rice. So why do I love butter so much? Because it has that whole milk syrup that only real butter can bring. And take my word for it, it's better for you. Don't believe me? Click the link on your screen to see why whole milk matters when it comes to butter. Hey guys, thanks again for watching. I really appreciate you stopping by and checking out our recipes, our travel videos, and everything else that we do. If you want to see more, please make sure to click the videos around me or click this subscribe tag right here.